One, two, three, four, five.
Alright, rolling. Check 64 speed. Speeding.
Go fish. Balls take 3.
And
Spaghetti.
speeding.
Spaghetti.
Speed.
Big cats. Yes! Genius!
It's Friday, week number 5 of our journey to conquering the world. The biggest thing what happened this week, it's Bus Perfect on App Store. So see, there is a button and it leads us to the Bus Perfect on Apple Store, on iTunes, Apple App Store, wherever. So share this fact on your social networks, because sharing is the most desirable thing for me for now. But let's do things one by one. Let's go to YouTube, open our statistics, analytics, and it's not very good. For last 7 days we had 27 views, 0 likes, 2 shares, and I don't know, is it one more subscriber or we lost one subscriber? I think there is one more subscriber. Okay, so let's review the changes. Let's start from Partner Mike this week. Science April 10. So Mark on map exit from the level. So what Gatchen did, he removed the enemy and background from sprites and also hero. I'm just wondering why. And he added the sprite for home. Here he added, he removed background and hero from sprite type and background, hero and enemy, right? And he added the home. I think he meant exit, right? And then if on map is marked as H, he draws home. And also he modified the sprite sheet with sign home. I think it's supposed to be exit, but whatever. So this is this commit. What is next? Output statistic during the game, level, lives, and number of coins. So he added getter, which for class, I don't know which class is it, hero class, right? Which returns health. Getter. Also he edited the map. Hard to see. How did he edit the map? He made it sort of shorter, add more coins like this. And here he is outputting text, current level, health, and coins. Okay, simple enough. Here read position of hero from the map. So he modified the map again. He added the P in the map and removed the setting, hard-coded setting up for player position, and then in the loop reading the map and the calculating rect. So he's calculating this rect every time. Kind of makes sense. So I see what he did. He moved rect calculation for enemy and put it outside of switch, and then in case of P he sets the position of player. Okay, textures, high resolution textures. Again he modified the map, and let me make the screen bigger for level 1 still. So here he removed player and put $sign instead of player, and moved player here. So he is not using any more level 1 sprites. He decided probably to use also generic sprite sheet, not like sprite sheet for each level. So he renamed the file name. So instead of 32 pixels per tile, now it's 128 pixels per tile. And there is no water anymore. And ground. Sprite for pepper. There is a sprite for block. Sprite for home. 128 for what? This thing. Yeah, so each tile is 128 now. Also, so he doesn't have water anymore. Oh yeah, I reviewed this thing. Okay. And then for level 2, also he modified level 2 a little. Then it's just cosmetics. And here is it. Sprites, high resolution sprites. Okay, what next? Sprites, high resolution sprites. Make size of buttons depends of size of screen. So okay, we can see it's used to be hard coded. Now I guessing this is X and Y position of button, and this is width and height. So as we see, it's hard coded for 50 pixels. And on iPhone, I do remember it was really small. And now it's depends of Windows height, and it's 1/8 of Windows of screen height. And this button, yeah, cool. It's quite nice. Pause button in the game. F left, F right equal fails. Yeah, I'm just wondering why he removed this thing. He moved this thing to init. It's matter of taste. In this case, I prefer to do all in initialization in constructor. So he moved this thing to init. Added pause button. It's also check if it's pause button. Yeah, there is a bunch of ifs. It's good he changed hard-coded values, magic constant, to some meaningful variable numbers or constants. And yeah, there is a pause, and also this logic for, so if cursor in the button, but this thing, so it's for releasing mouse, and I'm guessing this is for, okay, so this logic then mouse button pushed down, and this is for mouse button up. And inside the update, if game in pause state, it's just instantly returns from update and does nothing. Cool. There is a additional button type pause and variable inside the class pause. Yep. Pause button fixed the loading sprites on second level. I don't see what changed here. I'm guessing he made level wide one tile longer. Oh, so on second level he was loading old sprites, and now he's loading correct sprites. See what added menu, then game on pause state, and then in the menu there is a select level and continue. So there is a level menu screen added, and also to the game class he added resume level screen method, which switching screen from pause state to non-pause state, right? Resume level screen, and there is a logic for level menu screen. Like if we do not do anything in constructor or destructor, we do not need this thing, right? Smaller code is better. Init, get window size. Okay, makes sense. Size of button, and what this is. width, height, menu, pause, X, menu. It's coordinate, menu coordinates, and they are again not depending on window size. Y, and there is a button select level and button continue. Yeah, he can do this thing in constructor of button. Bless code. Pull event. Yeah, so each screen has its own event loop. Mouse down, there is logic for and it's not implemented. Yeah, because mouse, then it's down, it's doing nothing, and then if he clicked on select level, set level, and resume, yeah. Yeah. And inside the draw, he is drawing render copy. So this one for background and this one for all buttons. And it's a header file for menu, level menu thing. We do not need constructor and destructor. And texture for background. Actually, we need destructor to release the texture, but it's fine because I'm guessing this screen got created at very beginning of the game, and so it's not like dynamically every time then we push the pause or something. So it's fine just to have code cleaner. Get resource path, texture, what is it? Level screen, level menu screen background. This thing definitely has to go to init, not for level screen but level menu screen. Size, pause false. So he made pause not private, he made it public. Size, where he got this size? Oh, what happened? It's moved down. Okay. Handle event. So if it posts, level menu screen, start handling events. Okay. And then if we push the button, we switch the pause. Okay. And inside the update, and yeah, I like this technique. I think I will use this technique in my game. He removed buttons draw. What? Something fishy here. I don't think we need this loop, right? And if we pause, so we're rendering everything, and if pause, we are also rendering level menu screen on top of everything. Level menu screen, and we added this thing to level screen. Moved pause and select level screen options, push back 1, push back 1. What is it? 1 1 0 0 0. You should see my face. I have no idea what is it. Select level screen. Okay, so it's 6 levels, right? And 0 means with lock, and 1 means it's open level and you can play it. Okay. Pause functionality. He added textures for pause. Menu spreadsheet. Level menu sheet load from. Yeah, this also I think has to go to constructor or init function. Oh, I think I know why. So this thing happening in constructor, and he calls init. Yeah, but he can move this thing to constructor of level menu sheet, not to init. Also clean. So clean frame button resume clicked. Frame 1, frame 0, frame 1, draw frame, level menu sheet, draw, resume. Right, so frame it's highlighted or not highlighted. So if it's not highlighted, if not clicked, he's not highlighting it. Okay, and he's drawing depends of is it clicked or not highlighted version of the button or not highlighted. I think he can move this thing inside here, right? Like clicked question mark 1, 0. And it's going to be easier to read, and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 lines shorter. Level menu sheet. There is sprites like resume sprite and select sprite, and he is drawing resume select sprites. Level menu sheet type. Now clean. Load texture. It actually depends how often he is calling init, right? So it might be memory leak here. So there is a background, there is a resume and select buttons, and also what did he do? Oh, he modified little bit of this style. That's it for Mike. Let's see this thing in the code, right? I think it's better to open separate version of Emacs. Compile. Oh, it's big. Start. Definitely these buttons get bigger. So, and we can see higher quality textures. There is statistics, number of coins, lives, and level. Oh, I can use keyboard. Why I'm using this button? So this girl going to start beating this mic and watch this number. Okay, and there is a pause. Resume, pause, resume, pause. Let's select level 2. Also, you can see here home place. Let me go back to first level. It's easier. Select level 1. And there you go. And there is a score. This is here for some reason instead of here. And you restart next. That's it for Farter Mike. So let's see what we have in mobile games, mobile apps repository. Commits, signs, April 10. So I made the intro screen for Maxwell beanstalk. I'm ignoring the binary. Also, I'm playing around with this thing and like I cannot figure out what I have to put here, because I have two versions for shaders. One version is for iPhone and another for everything else. So this version supposed to be for everything else, and this version, fragment version, yeah. So this for everything else and this for iPhone. For some reason iPhone complaining if this thing is missing in the shader. I accidentally put sprite sheet into default PNG, but it's fine. Also there is icons, so it used to be this ugly icon, now it's like this cute icon. Icons. Added intro screen, and then at very beginning, instead of select level screen, it's now intro screen. Also I removed all getters because it's just basically variables, so why I need to bother. So I removed all getters, added intro screen here, and I moved all private variables to game screen, private objects for game screen, select level screen and stat screen to public. So you see I removed it from here and moved it here, and I removed all getters as I said. So this is background screen for everything. This is sort of black semi-transparent rectangle. This is doors, so like I'm using doors for transition between screens. This is font. Okay, so now instead of using getter, I'm just using the variables. tick. Textures. I'm not using iOS stream anymore for output. I'm using SDL log, and there is a internal array with sprite inside. So like it's a sprite type and coordinates x, y with x, y, x, y. It's coordinates for rectangle for each sprite. So like for example, play button highlighted. It wasn't here. I don't know. Never mind. It's going to be later. So like all coordinates for all sprites. Now you can see I'm not using standard input output. I'm using HDL log. And here's it. There is a missing check error. After setting these parameters, it can generate error, GL error. So I need to check this thing. And there is a method to load texture. So input parameter is address and memory and size. And I'm using SDB to load PNG file. And actually it can load other types of files, but like I'm using PNG. So and it needs pointer to memory, size to this memory, and it returns back width, height, and number of components. Then I generate texture and binding texture to generate a texture, checking for errors always. And then I'm uploading texture from memory to texture in memory to GL texture, checking for memory, and then I'm using the algorithm for scaling textures as a GL nearest. This is fastest way to scale the textures, and then I'm freeing the data in memory because it's in GL takes care about texture now, and the return GL handle for the texture. So I added this thing because I do not. I'm always testing between different aspect ratios, and I'm kind of need to remember what resolution I need to put. So I just put command just for me. So every time then I switch between resolutions, I do not need to memorize it. I can just copy it from here. Next thing. So now I'm populating. It's in constructor, so I'm populating data from this array because it's C array to my vector. So I'm increasing size of vector if it's not big enough, and then I put sprite ID and the sprite inside the vector. So the motivation for this thing to speed up lookup for sprites. So now I can just look up by sprite ID instead of iterating through this not very big array, but it's gonna take time. So what next? Next I'm loading all these textures: background, black, doors, font, sprites, and free waters. I added method to draw background, very simple, bind texture for background and draw it. Method for drawing black, semi-transparent black rectangle with rounded corners, and just drawing, and there is implementation of sprite drawing, overloaded implementation. So it takes type of sprite and XY rectangle. So it's simple, bind the texture of sprite textures, get the XY and XY rectangle for texture coordinates, and here is a draw sprite. It's XY, and there is a calculation for texture coordinates. So texture coordinates, I made it to change from 0 to 512, and this number is width of image with sprite sheet image, and this number is height for sprite sheet image. So this is header file. There is a different types of sprites: play button highlighted, play button pause button highlighted, play button highlighted, my main button, next button. Main button, it's a button with 3 horizontal lines to go to intro screen. Not highlighted versions of button: piston, fence, electric fence in off state and 8 fences in on state for animation. Particle, it's little ball, battery, lock. Input, it's a small black rectangle under level, so like if you finish level, it's going to show the score for level. Red brick, like red brick, it's a semi-transparent brick with red arrow to this brick, and just normal brick, and green brick. Horizontal separator between the area where particles is moving and the bottom area where the brick is moving. And the title, it's image with text, Maxwell's Entropy. So struct type has type ID and 4 coordinates x, y, x, y. Now I added to Graph Engine the method for digit width, text width. I was thinking I removed this thing. Probably I moved it from somewhere. Yeah, I moved it from here to here. Text width, width. Also, I guess I moved it. Yeah, here is it. Draw battery. It has been here. Where is it? Draw background, draw black. Draw particle, draw piston, draw text, draw water, draw sprite, and exit. Everything just got shuffled. Oh, I know what happened. I reorganized all this draw thing in alphabetical order. C, B, 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 D, F, F, L, L, P, P, P. And bunch of textures. Sprite list. That's it. Now intro screen. Intro screen derived from screen. Draw, like draw background, draw semi-transparent black thing. Then there is a button, so highlighted button or not highlighted button depends of variable down, and there is a coordinates where to draw the play button, and there is a drawing title. Reset, and in mouse button I just checking coordinates. If X and Y inside the play button it's down, and then a releasing button. If it was inside the play button, I switch to select level screen, and setting is down to false. This is intro screen. There is a constructor, draw method, like this method, right? Reset, mouse down, mouse up, and is down, true or false. In select level screen, yeah, I removed the getter. So this is sprite sheet. I made it like this because I need to have dimensions of the sprite power of 2. So I made this thing, I guess, 1024 by 1024. So you can see all these buttons. This is piston, this is electric fences, this is particle, lock, input area, red brick, normal brick, green brick, separator, and the text Maxwell Entropy. So I just removing getters. This is I'm including all these files, PNG files inside my binary. So there is some macro which generates assembly code to include binaries inside my any type of file inside my executable binary. This is texture for water, free texture for water. That's it. So this is intro screen. Then I implemented doors, so closing and opening doors. So inside the application render, if I added the next screen pointer to object, and if next screen set, it means I am in transition state. So like if it's not set, I'm not in transition state, and I just drawing straight current screen. So if it's in transition state, I'm calculating how big is transition, and like there is a variable when transition started, and there is aftermath. It's converting t like a transition to t, which will change from 1 to -1. So in first half I'm drawing current screen on transition. Second half of transition I'm drawing next screen, and then I'm drawing doors depending of t, and t, as I mentioned, change from 1 to -1, and then it's reach value less than -1. I'm setting current screen to next screen and cleaning the pointer to next screen, so like we're done with transition. And inside the set screen method, it's used to be just set to current screen, and now I'm setting to next screen, and then I'm resetting next screen. Actually, I think I have to move this thing here. No, yeah, it's good. And I'm setting starting time for transition, and also I need to check if it's already on transition or not. Oh yeah, I'm going to fix this thing. So there is a bug, like if it's already in transition and it's starting setting screen again and again, it will stuck in transition state forever. So now I need to initialize current screen to null pointer because I'm checking it here, and there is a next screen variable. So doors was very big and it had like wrong resolution, so iPhone wasn't able to load this texture. Now it's in correct resolution, everything is power of 2. And I decided to have like textures for images for iPhone, and then original images. Then if I need to change something, I will change an original image and then downscale it back and save it. So I decided to keep all original images, and it's have _array suffix. Drawing in Graph Engine, drawing doors. So I added the sprite for lock rails. So door have here's rails, and because then doors closed, I do not have correct order to draw this thing, because door rails has to be under the door. So I need to draw rails first and then doors. I cannot draw this half and this half, so because if I draw this half, these rails will be always on top of this door. So I need to separate rails from the doors, right? So there is a sprite for rails. And drawing doors, bunch of math, I'm not going to review it, it works. Lock rail, draw doors, position, and what did happen here? X, I think it's just aligning. I added some spaces here. And I added rails, where is it? Here. So this is difference. And right, also added original PNG. That's it for drawing doors. There is some tweaking for doors. Yeah, there is a fix for next screen. So like if if next screen equal to screen what I'm setting, I skipping this thing, right? I'm not setting transition and I'm not calling reset. So what happened with these doors? I don't see any difference. Okay. Yeah, I don't see any difference. Yeah, that's fine. But this thing become wider. It was kind of squished. And what, like draw doors? Yeah, I didn't draw rails here, so I'm drawing rails here and doing something else to make it look nice. So there is a bunch of math, and I'm not going to explain to you what is going on here. It's just drawing rail, drawing left door, drawing right door. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Drawing rail, 3 rails and 2 doors. Drawing door. So build for iOS, yeah, it's like modification in the project file. Also icons again, and also there is a fix. It actually was a bug because I'm not sure actually. Because apps normally it's for integers, and if I want to use overloaded function. First of all, I need to include CMAF, and then I need to use std:::. So looks like here it was converting implicitly vx to integer. Also, yeah, clang not happy with this size because this size is size t, and this guy wants unsigned integer, which is on different platforms different, but normally on 64 bits it's 64 bits size integer, and unsigned it's 32 bits. So I have to explicitly say to suppress warning from. I commented font for a moment because I think it was crashing on iPhone. This file is too big. Redesign select level screen. So I changed the size because it wasn't power of 2, so now it's correct size, and made the original PNG. Also for black screens, original PNG. Also for font, it's had like huge resolutions. That's like, it's 4K, right? Now it's 2048 by 1024 and original. So I redesigned select level screen from old one with old textures, old ugly textures with new nice textures. Also bunch of maths, but like basically draw background, draw semi-transparent black, 32 levels, depends if it's locked or not locked. I'm drawing level number or lock, right, or level number. And also underneath I'm drawing the score, so level stats, string, drawing score, and drawing the input semi-transparent black rectangle with rounded corners for like background for score. And there is on the up left side main button, and depends of if button pressed or not, it's highlighted version or not highlighted version. And for buttons, mouse button down. For here I just checking if it's button for going back to intro screen pressed or not, and here also for levels, mouse button down. So rescaled water, and that's it. Select level outside tweak layout for intro screen. I made the play button bigger, and I made the title bigger. Nothing to review here. Text drawing with new font. So Alisa made some mistakes when she was drawing font. It's like these two characters, so I swapped it. And also I put numbers like more evenly. So I drawing the time the text is not jiggling. So I had the issue with jiggling, so I needed to fix the numbers to distribute them evenly in the space. So this is for numbers and fixing the bug in the spreadsheet. An original one. Also I'm tried to use linear, and it didn't help. For small size fonts it still looks a little bit ugly, and I need to fix it. So uncomment loading font. And now for letters, this is horizontal offsets for each letter on each row. So it's because font sheet is different, coordinates is different. And for numbers, I just, like, if I can do, I did this thing, and because I distributed them evenly, I can just use the simple math like this. For drawing text, now I'm using font textures instead of texture, and like there is some minor modifications to draw text. That's it. This all things what we did this week. Buzz Perfect got released. It's on Apple Store, I think. Oh, I reviewed the code, but I didn't show you. Sorry, GDB demonstration. So this is intro screen. See, there is a button, it's highlighting. There is a transition. Yeah, this is bug. It's supposed to be 1, 2, 3 and so on, but now it's 0, and there is a score, and you see it looks ugly. I need to fix it somehow. This not redesigned, but there is a nice level, and this text still little bit jiggling, but I think it's tolerable. That's it. There is a statistics with new font. Okay, I think we're done. So thank you for watching, and subscribe, share, follow on Twitter, follow on Instagram. This is important for me, and hopefully see you next Friday. Bye.